IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Lake Marina, Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield National Bank, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, North Body Shop, Ohio University Lancaster, Fairfield DD, Dagger Law, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, The Huddle Tire Company, and Standing Stone Bank.
From Lancaster High School, IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. Tonight, it's an OCC Ohio battle as the Grove City Greyhounds take on the Lancaster Golden Gales. Hi again, everybody. I'm Josh Messerly, joined alongside by Tim Shumaker. Big night here at Lancaster High School. It's Wall of Fame night. We'll get into that a little bit later, but we should have a pretty good basketball game tonight.
Yeah, a lot of festivities going on. Got this place loud already, Josh, and this ought to be a doozy. First time was a real battle. Lancaster won at Grove City earlier in the season, so looking forward to this rematch.
Grove City enters 6-6, 0-5 in the OCC Ohio. Lancaster 6-8 and 1-4 in the OCC Ohio. And tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school basketball. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. It'll be Tanner Roush in center circle for Lancaster against Cole Kreger. Looks like everybody's in position and ready to go for this battle on a Friday night, and here we go. Lancaster controls the opening tap as Dylan West will bring it into the front court. Finds Davenport. Now over to Davenport again. He'll fire for three off the iron. Rebound tapped out to Luke Smith of the Greyhounds. As Tim mentioned, Lancaster won the first matchup 58-49 back on December 6th, but a lot of basketball's been played since then.
Lancaster in their 2-3 matchup here.
That one almost stolen by Davenport. Waits, knocks it down from three.
Yeah, one of the top 3-point shooters in the Central District, Josh. You have to know where he is all the time defensively.
Coming into this game averaging 18.6. Gets Grove City on the board first. Snyder in trouble, finds Davenport.
A lot of hard overplay here by Grove City. Really getting up in their man-to-man defense and crowding the ball handler.
West finds Davenport, who wasn't ready for it.
So they've got him rattled here, Josh.
And a reach-in foul is going to be called by Alex Coffey, or on Alex Coffey, rather. It's going to be his first. 5 on the floor for Grove City. Brock Waits, a 6-foot junior. Cole Kreger, a 6'1 senior. Alex Coffey, a 6-foot junior. Luke Smith, a 6-foot senior. And Trevor Goss, a 6'2 senior. Lancaster has Devin Savage, a 5'10 senior. Dylan West, a 5'7 sophomore. Owen Snyder, a 6'2 senior. Jacob Davenport, a 6'3 senior. And Tanner Roush, a 6'3 senior. Here is the aforementioned Roush in trouble. Finds Snyder.
Really got him uncomfortable, Josh.
Now a takeaway. Goss comes up with it, racing down the other end, and he'll lay it in.
He looked like a Greyhound getting down the floor that time, that's for sure.
And a timeout taken by head coach Kent Riggs of Lancaster, not liking what he's seeing early on, a 5-0 start for the Greyhounds.
Well, the pressure and the overplay is going to bother you. You know, you've got a few things you've got to do. First of all, you've got to create space. It's harder to defend and crowd and to overplay space. You can see here on the steal, great job of going straight line to the basket. Grove City came out to set the tempo. Lancaster's also got to look to make backdoor cuts. But you know the real elixir for that is you just got to take care of the basketball. You cannot have live ball turnovers.
There you see Kent Riggs in his 4th season at Lancaster after spending it several years. I believe it was 27 at Canal Winchester. Of course, knows that this is a bit of a task rebuilding this program. Has struggled over the last several years.
Getting more consistent, though, as time goes on here.
closing out games has really been their biggest issue this year. Half of their losses have been by 6 points or less.
Well, that means you're competing. The problem is you got to have skill level.
Nice move there by Goff to lay it in.
Here's full court now.
7-0 advantage for the Greyhounds. Snyder finding West. Now the Savage.
See, putting it on the floor, anytime you dribble versus pressure, gives the defense time to relocate and get there. You got to move the ball and move your body.
Waits will back it out, and looks like he'll reset. Gregor finds Coffey out of Waits. You got to think Lancaster's going to pay quite a bit of attention to Waits.
You better.
Coffey for three off the back iron, and Davenport comes up the board.
Great outlet pass.
Ahead to Savage. Grove City getting back on defense, though, preventing the transition opportunity.
Good job of swinging the ball in transition.
Savage loads it up for Davenport. Driving inside, dishes to Roush. Can't finish.
Not a bad possession that time.
Alex Coffey will look to set up the offense. A lot of patience being shown by Grove City here early on under head coach Eric Saxton in his second season. Spent 19 years as assistant for the Greyhounds, and there's a deep three by Brock Waits.
That's almost at the volleyball serving line. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, spike line, I mean.
10-0, Grove City. Lancaster just trying to get on the scoreboard.
Good quick reversal, but you can't. The ball can't freeze versus pressure.
Savage turns it over nearly. Snyder comes up with it.
Got a back cut.
That one almost a turnover there. Davenport will save it. West will find Savage.
Great job of the Greyhounds. There's good ball reversal here, but the ball can't freeze.
Tough man-to-man defense by Grove City.
Yeah, they've done a good job to get off to the start.
West misses the three, and the rebound pulled down by Coffey of the Greyhounds. Waits driving, throws it up, and one. Well, you can see why he's a top player in Central Ohio.
Well, he comes in shooting over 40% from the three, Josh. And you know, watch right here. Look where he is. As I said, he's near the spike line. He's about a Mother May I there from the spike line, you know. And that's out there. That's showing range. Look at him play defense. Good looking player.
You see him at the line. And the junior nails the free throw. Makes it 13-0 in favor of Grove City. I had to think there may be a little extra motivation for Grove City coming in here after not playing well on their home floor.
Well, and you don't have a league win yet.
Right.
You know, you got to get hungry. There you go. You slipped the screen, but now you got to fill. There you go. That's a better job.
Inside to Snyder for the basket.
A slip of the screen is the same as a back cut. Beats pressure.
And Lancaster's finally on the board just ahead of the 3-minute mark of the quarter.
Yep, switch to man-to-man defense also.
Waits. Handed off to Jake Carroll first into the game tonight. Now a three ball by Smith is good in the corner. 16-2 Greyhounds. Savage finding Snyder.
There's a slip again. Now you can be a passer, but you got to cut.
Davenport too strong. Wanted some contact, no call.
There's secondary break.
And now an offensive foul going to be called on Grove City. We'll see that last sequence.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, right there. That's a really nice play. But your person who slips the screens has got to then become the passer. Because in the rotation defensively, They're going to come to you, but somebody's got to be open. So your spacing's got to be good, and your timing has to be even better.
Zach Combs, by the way, picked up his first personal on the offensive foul. Second foul against the Greyhounds.
It's just straight man-to-man pressure, but if you'll notice, Josh, one of the things, too, that's hurting Lancaster is they're getting the ball out of the center of the floor. And what that does for the defense is you only have to guard half the floor and the initial advancement of the ball. You got to keep it centered for as long as you can.
And Snyder hand-checked out top, and they're going to get Cole Krager with his first.
Well, you have to have that call if you're dealing with pressure. You cannot allow them to put hands on, bump your perimeter people. But some nights that's not called, so you got to learn to play through it.
Fink catches the inbound and finds Snyder right away. This is the way the defense is for Grove City. They're all over Lancaster. There's not really
there's a slip again.
Places.
Yeah.
And there's a foul. No, they're going to call an offensive.
No, you go to block.
Okay. For a second, looked like he called an offensive foul, but it is a basket for Sam Fink, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, we say slip a screen. What you're doing is you're going to set it, and then you slip to the basket instead. It's a false set. Attempts to look like a ball pick, but how you run your offense depends on how the defense plays. Good job by Sam right there. Good finish, good concentration, head up, good hands.
Fink cannot complete the three-point play. There's Waits dribbling, dishing over the corner for an open three. It's no good by Shaw.
We'll get in a little discussion about the three here.
I know you wanted to talk about this.
I do.
It's been a burning desire of you to talk about the three-pointer.
Well, it's a different game we have now.
And now a traveling violation going to be called on Tanner Roush of Lancaster, turned over to Grove City. (16-4) all Grove City here in the first quarter.
Well, the good news for Lancaster is it is the first quarter.
Yes, there's still three more.
Otherwise, there's Waits.
Waits pull up near the elbow, no good. Long rebound controlled by Roudabush and Lancaster, rather Fink. A little Euro step and has it rejected. Ahead to Waits. And he will find the wide open man. Luke Smith knocks down the tray.
That's two for him.
And now an official timeout as Devin Savage being escorted to the sidelines. You see Luke Smith.
Everybody's kind of stunned.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to have the trainer look at Devin Savage. Not sure what they're looking at.
He's talking to a trainer, so I'm not sure taking him back in the locker room.
Dylan West will check back in for Lancaster. 41 seconds to go in the period. That one's intercepted, and a turnover as Trevor Goss just couldn't get his footing.
Yeah, but a one-handed pass on the sideline versus the press.
That's a tough one to get through.
Almost made me come off the seat here, but yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work at any level.
Roush gives it up to Roudabush.
See how fast they got him going? They're playing at Grove City's speed that Grove City wants them to play.
Fink, middle of the lane, pull up, off the glass and in.
Yeah, now that's much better. You notice the difference in pace? You got to dictate the pace offensively we play. Even if they're playing helter-skelter frantic, you can't play like that.
And a foul committed out top on Tanner Roush
with
3 seconds to go.
Yeah, if you're going to hedge the screen, you don't want to foul. Now you got to be clock aware and player aware here, Josh.
I'm going to guess it's going to go to 5. Brock Waits.
There it is, a little skip pass.
Taken away by Lancaster. A heave by Fink at the buzzer is an air ball, and that will take us to the end of one.
You know, every game has streaks and stretches, and maybe that's Lancaster's bad one. But Grove City looked really sharp, came out ready to play. We'll see if they can maintain their defensive intensity now, because the first 8 minutes, they were just outstanding.
Special night here at Lancaster High School. It is Wall of Fame or Wall of Honor night here. And you see Bobby Carpenter, one of the inductees, along with his brother Georgie and Nathan. Of course, Jonathan Carpenter and their dad Rob Carpenter are already in the Wall of Fame. There you see the induction ceremony took place before the game tonight. Several others also inducted. Chris DePietro, Jacob Spearman. DePietro was a swimmer. Spearman was a wrestler. Bob Reel, a cross-country coach. Pam Bosser, now the athletic director. Jesse Hampson, a volleyball, basketball, and track athlete. Paul Callahan, a 1966 Final Four team member of boys basketball. And then Rod Ashita, longtime boys tennis coach at Lancaster High School, all inducted into the Wall of Fame, which has been named after former athletic director Gary Mahler, who tragically passed away in 2017, but great honor for him. He started the tradition of hanging pictures in the hallway and referred to as the GAC area at Lancaster High School, and a great honor for him tonight, and great to see all those alums back in the gym. Ready to start second quarter action. Grove City going right to the basket as Alex Coffey lays it in.
Good job executing off the break at the quarter.
And there's Savage almost losing it, finds Roudabush. And you talked about it, Tim. Grove City really speeding up. Lancaster just looks out of sorts.
They don't look comfortable, do they?
No, they don't.
Sam does.
Pretty comfortable as he gets a teardrop.
No, you know what? He's just taking his time, a little power dribble into the paint. But, you know, as a guard, that's what happens, and you got to spend more time.
Backdoor, and Coffey can't finish.
Your skill level will dictate your confidence. If you're confident in your skills, that won't bother you.
Roudabush driving, pulls up from the baseline, and can't get the bounce in, but he will draw a foul and go to the line.
That's 2 fouls.
Yeah, on Kreger, that's his second.
Yeah, you don't want to foul a jump shot. The guy's shooting a shot falling out of bounds from 9 feet away on a bad angle, and you foul him. Roudabush at the line, and Cameron Roudabush knocks down the free throw. Sam Fink with 6 points in the game, as you see Coach Riggs talking with Jacob Davenport there on the sidelines. It's funny when you play these second games in a league season, you know, maybe they didn't get any of this at Grove City the first time, any ball pressure and whatever. So teams make adjustments, and they're also familiar with your personnel.
Here's Waits. And he puts it high off the glass, no good.
Wow, good job. You got to run him off the three-point line.
That's Davenport, misses the three. A hustle rebound there by Fink. And coming away with it is the Greyhounds, and that's Trevor Gross. Coffey finds Waits in the corner. That's off the iron. Long rebound goes out to Davenport, ran into his own man.
Just hustling after the ball.
And a hand check called on Waits. Yep. That's going to be his first.
See, that's the only thing about ball pressure and pressure defense. If you've noticed, I don't know how much college basketball you watch, but West Virginia used to press and gamble. Well, what happened was, Josh, they were getting beat at the free throw line because they fouled so much out of the pressure. Because you gamble and you take risk and your angles aren't always as good. And that's one of the positives that could go well for Lancaster if Grove City continues to not have, makes too many fouls. And Lancaster can score at the free throw line, because that's 16 fouls on Grove City right now.
Roudabush thought about a three, finds Snizik, and he misses the three. Waits will bring it up the floor. Smith thought about 3, but thought better of it. Coffey spinning middle of the lane, misses it, came up short there.
Yeah, Lancaster's man defense has really stifled Grove City's offense here.
Swinging around to Snezik.
Slip to the screen.
Savage misses the 3 and not able to control it is Davenport. And they're going to say it's off of Lancaster and over to Grove City.
That's 3 straight possessions. They took shots that you could get any time in the possession. Now, I'm not saying don't be aggressive offensively and don't look at a basket, but how about making a ball reversal, and then if you want to shoot that, shoot it, because obviously there are kids that are capable of shooting it, but sometimes they settle. You can get a better one and a better look. People think you score more when you shoot more. You score more when you take good shots.
11-point advantage for the Greyhounds. Davenport nearly comes up with the steal. Shaw for 3, and he knocks it down the corner. His first triple of the night makes it 24-10 Greyhounds.
Yeah, is that the first basket they had, or they had 19?
Yeah, that's the first one for at least a while.
Yeah, about almost 4 minutes of this quarter.
Too strong by Raudebush. Roush there for the putback, can't get it to fall. One of those nights so far for the Gales. Waits swings it around. Now he gets it back. Waits had 8 points in their last game at Pick North, a loss last Friday. They had 16 before that, and a loss against Newark. Teardrop middle of the lane is good for Brock Waits. He's in double figures now with 11.
Well, the more he does that, the more opportunities he's going to get to shoot his jump shot.
Timeout taken by head coach Kent Riggs of Lancaster. Our timeouts tonight sponsored by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. You can check out their website at carriagecompany.com.
And let's give a big thanks tonight to Standing Stone Bank. Whether you're ready to tackle a mortgage loan or need cash for home improvements, make Standing Stone Bank the key player in your home or business financial plans. Business to business, neighbor to neighbor. Let's grow this town together. Excuse me. Standing Stone Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, I mentioned earlier Coach Kent Riggs in his second season at Lancaster after spending a considerable amount of time at Canal Winchester. And you two had some battles back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You used to play Canal Winchester when you were at Fisher Catholic pretty regularly.
Yeah, Coach Riggs, tremendous coach. Great knowledge of the game and teacher.
And we dug into the IVP Sports Archives and found a matchup 20 years ago, January of 2000, up at Gund Arena in Cleveland.
We did the JV game for the Cavs.
Look at that young shoe there.
Yeah, well.
And Kent Riggs there on the sidelines for Canal Winchester.
Yeah, Coach Riggs and I worked that all up, and we went to Cleveland and played. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was fun. Canal had a very good team. Coach wanted to play, and I think he was expecting to make some big trips and wanted to play in a big arena.
And the final score, as it will pop up here, didn't work out too well for you.
No, but we didn't
experience.
play poorly. Played a really good team that day. They had a guard named Greg Geiler, who was a really, really good player.
Celebrating 30 years of IVP sports,
Wow.
So getting into the archives as there's a reach-in foul called against Luke Smith of Grove City.
Yeah, it's all verticality. You got to throw the hands back. That's pretty interesting stuff right there.
We'll eventually get that on the air and play that game in its entirety on CLN. We got a lot of classic games we're going to start rolling out as Devin Savage knocks down a free throw at the line.
Nah, I always loved to play competition and play good people, and Coach Riggs had a great program and good players and well-trained, and it was good for us. That's how you get better. You learn how people that are winning win.
Well, and your teams weren't afraid to play anybody and challenge anybody.
No.
We got a 3-second violation against the Greyhounds. Turn it over to Lancaster.
Might be the first one in 3 years I've seen called.
I think we saw one maybe our first game of the season at Bloom Carroll. I saw one, but you don't see him very often.
No, not at all.
Bush thought about driving, swinging around instead to Snyder.
Just ball screen and slip. Even what you call a guard-to-guard pass, when you have two players on top, is fine to attack pressure, Josh, but they're too far apart. Their spacing just isn't quite right.
Bush dishes to Snyder.
We got him playing on one side of the floor.
Really seems like Lancaster's far out in the perimeter, and I'm not sure that's where they want to be.
Well, it's okay to create space, but there you go.
Nice feed to Roush, who can't finish. Waits, another teardrop in the lane, it's good. He's perfected that shot tonight.
Well, I like to see it that he just didn't pull up and crank one.
Certainly a shot he had to work for.
Anytime you can get the offensive player to turn away from the basket like he was there, good catch.
Feed inside, off the rim. Won't go for Fink, and now a tie up underneath, and they're going to say a held ball. Possession arrow will stay with Lancaster.
And you also have to have somebody who can beat pressure off the dribble. That breaks it down, and right now, Lancaster's players are not able to do that. Quickness in sports is a great thing to have.
Davenport threw it away, but bailing it out. Bush puts up a shot. There to clean it up is Sam Fink.
Sam's really, really playing hard.
8 points tonight to lead Lancaster as they've cut the deficit in half. Carroll now being guarded closely by Savage. Trying to find a teammate, and throws it away.
Yeah, just not a good pass right there. See, now I beat him off the dribble.
Snyder gets the roll.
You don't have to be necessarily quick.
4 for Owen Snyder. Now a trip is going to be called against Lancaster, and there's a Grove City player down in some considerable pain on the baseline.
I think that's Waits. This floor is hard, Josh.
It is.
It sits on a concrete slab.
It's Jake Carroll who's slowly getting
up.
up.
Is that Jake? Okay, yep, I see him now.
Yeah, I've taken some tumbles on it in gym class. I can tell you firsthand.
It's unforgiving, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Do not put a dent in this floor.
And you see him take a hard fall there.
That hurts.
He walks to the end of the bench to maybe get a little ice.
There's a double screen for Waits.
Waits unloads for 3 off the iron. Yeah. We're inside a minute to play in the half. Bush waiting for a screen. Finds Savage. Drops at the post for Davenport.
That's a good look.
Dangerous pass there. Pull-up jumper is good for Cameron Radobush.
When the ball goes in the post, the diagonal is generally open.
An overthrow out of bounds, and it'll go over to Lancaster.
See, now you got one possession here. You want to cut it to under 10, and this will be a successful half for Lancaster, especially the second quarter here. Watch right here. That's a good job. A little mid-range. We talked about that before the game, you and I.
We'll bring that up here in the second half. I know you got more to talk about on that. Lancaster can hold for one if they want to.
Get it centered. Keep the ball centered. If you get outside the volleyball lines, it's just, I don't understand that.
Waits comes away with a floater in the lane's no good. Rebound on the baseline taken away by Hoofstetter. Open for 3 and missing the shots, Luke Smith, and that will take us to halftime.
You know, all that franticness and all the flurry, we got a 28-18 game.
Yeah.
You know, so it's misconceiving sometimes, all the shooting. You don't score more points unless you take great shots.
Tonight's halftime is brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty in each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Also by Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Buckeye Lake is back and better than ever. And the gang at Buckeye Lake Marina look forward to your support. And by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Crematory, and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frankie Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. 28-18, Grove City leading Lancaster at the half. You are watching the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week on IVP Sports.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Lake Marina, Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield National Bank, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, North Body Shop, Ohio University Lancaster, Fairfield DD, Dagger Law, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, The Huddle Tire Company, and Standing Stone Bank.
The moment that you're told that you have cancer, so many things were going through my mind.
I had this pain that kind of doubled over, and FMC got me the help that I needed, so I ended up surviving.
Fairfield Medical Center has helped me get through what was the hardest 6 months of my life.
When I first came to Fairfield Medical Center, she was probably having an allergic reaction. They saved her life, and that's why she's here today.
Imagine your possibilities at Ohio University Lancaster Pickerington. With over 250 majors to choose from, I get a great college education at half the price of other schools.
A lot of large campuses have huge class sizes where the professors don't even know you. At Ohio University, the classes are very small and the support you have is fantastic.
Campus life is awesome. There's always something to do between all the athletic events, student groups, and activities that you can always find your place in.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home to Ohio University Lancaster Pickerington.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
When most dealers are lucky enough to have one master technician, Buckeye Toyota has 3 and proudly services all makes and models.
Your hometown dealer, Buckeye Toyota.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Lancaster High School, 28-18. Grove City leads Lancaster as we start the second half of play. Josh Messerly, Tim Shumaker. We're pleased to be joined now by one of the newest Wall of Fame inductees, Rod Ishida. Rod, congratulations on your induction tonight.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
Very nice ceremony this evening, and of course, you're a longtime tennis coach at Lancaster High School. All the way from 1972 to 98 and then 03 to 08. I guess my first question is, what got you into coaching to begin with?
Dick England actually got me into coaching. I had played soccer at Ohio State for 4 years and actually was the assistant soccer coach first in the fall. Then he said, hey, I see you on your resume you played tennis. He goes, I need a tennis coach. I said, I guess I could do that. So that's how it all started, Dick England.
And we see on the screen there that the induction ceremony from earlier tonight. It's a nice looking plaque.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that picture was taken when the courts were built. Back 20 years ago, Ron Keaton is responsible for all of that. He raised $60,000, $65,000 in private donations to have that built, and the school board matched it. And we have a great place for the kids to play now, down by Fulton Field.
I mean, what does that mean to you to have a tennis facility named after you?
Oh, I don't know. I just go down the courts and do a little sweeping every now and then, make sure that things are tied up. We have great kids. It's a lot of fun to be around them.
We're talking with Rod Ishida, the former tennis coach at Lancaster High School and now a Wall of Fame inductee. As you see Davenport get underneath and call for traveling, he'll turn it over to Grove City. What is maybe one memory that sticks out to you your coaching career? Is there's something that really sticks out as you look back at your long career? You were named Coach of the Year 12 times, 10 conference championships.
Well, I'm not sure if we have a real highlight. A couple times we were in the state finals and just came up a little bit short. I mean, those are really exciting things. The kids work their tails off. And also coaching your own kids. I had 2 sons play, and that was a treat, a challenge, and all that together. So we just have great kids here in Lancaster. I just can't remember having a problem at all. It's been a delight.
You came in and said you'd played soccer, Rod. So you dive into the tennis thing. Who probably helped you and influenced you the most then? Because I understand how that works. You just don't know.
Well, tennis, as far as the tennis coaching and all that sort of stuff. My cousin Mace, who's 8 years older than I, took me under his wing when he was playing tennis, and we used to go out to the park, and so started playing then. And then for coaching, you just kind of read up whatever you can read, get the tennis magazine, watch matches and things like that, find out what good coaches are doing, and it was didn't have YouTube or anything like that, so it was kind of just get the kids in shape, trying to do the right things and work on fundamentals.
Well, Dick England has the knack for that, because I will tell you this, and it didn't last very long, but he did the same thing to me. I came in to coach basketball, but I ended up coaching golf for a year with Dick. Yeah, see, you laugh immediately. So, you know what, though? I learned a lot. And from Mr. Goss, Dick Goss.
Oh, yeah.
But I also learned from some of the kids, and I love the sport to this day.
Oh.
I just can't play it. So, but and Dick was good at insightful, knowing that he had people like yourself that would come in, though, when it would establish something solid, not necessarily because of the knowledge you might have, but because of the type of person you are.
Well, appreciate that. Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good run in golf also. And I want to appreciate you guys letting me have a chance to talk tonight. I've been on Jack Greathouse's Stuff Show, and this is by far the most I've ever gotten a chance to say anything. You say,
we
hi,
actually
Jack.
let you talk.
Well, you say, hi, Jack, how you doing? That's the last, Well, now, the little Woody Hayes stuff, So I want to say a shout out to Jack down there in South Carolina. He's a great man.
Yeah, you're well deserving. Like I said, it's
Absolutely.
overdue. You deserve it. It was great to see you tonight, and a privilege for me. I know that.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And a world-class teacher as well here
Yes.
for many years at Lancaster High School.
All right. Appreciate
Rhonda
it.
Sheeta, newest member of the Wall of Fame class here at Lancaster High School, and a great night here, and glad to have a chance to talk to him. And we appreciate him taking some time, as Lancaster right now struggling to stay in this one, Tim.
Just the pressure. Grove City, as we said early, came ready to play. Got Lancaster very uncomfortable early, and they've never really been able to, stop the momentum.
Davenport finding Savage. Roudabush pull up. Jumper is no good, but he will go to the line and shoot a pair.
It's a little better possession. Coach Riggs changed the offense there a little bit, put a double high stack, and swung it twice. Like I told you, Josh, you score more points by taking good shots, not the amount of shots you take. Contrary to belief of people in the bleachers behind us.
Roudabush knocks down the free throw.
He's had a good night.
5 points so far for the 5'10 junior.
Yeah, he's come in and gave him a little lift off the bench.
Nearly doubled his average. And he does right now, as he has 6 points coming into the game, 3.6 average.
Grove City's coming in here off 3 losses in a row, and Lancaster's won a couple in a row, so really kind of surprised us early, but I think they surprised Lancaster more than they did us.
Yeah, absolutely. Grove City really felt like they did not play their best game the first time those two teams met in December. Lancaster comes away with a turnover, now trying to cash it in as Savage fouled going to the basket. And you talked about it, Tim, in the first half. Lancaster, I think, just barely got into the bonus, but that might be something to get back in this game that they can take advantage of.
Like I said, to beat pressure, you got to have somebody who can put the ball on the floor and get by the initial ball pressure. You got to back cut, you got to slip screens, and you got to use the spacing of the floor, but it's got to be proper spaced.
Timeout taken by Grove City. Comes here with 4:44 to go in the third and a 37-20 advantage for Grove City. And Tim, I know you wanted to talk about it earlier, about the three-point game and how, you look at the NBA, you see teams like, at least last year, the Golden State Warriors, who, lived and died by the three, and it just seems like it's filtered down through college and the high school game.
Well, the problem is I really feel offensively, to be a dynamic team, you've got to have all phases. The Warriors get noted for Curry and Thompson, and when those guys are healthy, making all threes. But they have 3 phases to their game. They have the three-point shot. They have post play or basket attack, however you do it. If you don't have a post player, you can dribble attack with the basket, because otherwise you don't get fouled. And thirdly, you got to have a mid-range game. You got to make stuff from the elbows to the mid-range. And if you have all 3 parts of those in your offense, you're going to be pretty good offensively. And when I say pretty good, I don't judge it by the number of points scored. I judge it by the efficiency of your offense. We look at Waits here from Grove City. He's shooting 60% because he's shooting over 40 from the 3, because if you look at numbers, 40%, nice pass.
Yeah, nice feed there to Goss, who cashes in.
Yeah, 40% from the 3 is 60% from the 2, and we'd take that any night.
Right.
But not everybody can shoot it. Offense is not a democracy. Unfortunately, parents and fans think that everybody gets to do it. I used to have kids say, Coach, when do I get to shoot the 3? I said, when you shoot 1,000 a day next summer.
Yeah.
Because I want you to make it when you shoot it. I want you to at least think you're going to make it. And it was always part of our offense, but it wasn't the only part of our offense. So the numbers matter. Like I said, you can make 2 threes in 6 shots, or you can make 3 twos. What's harder? Just depends. But shooting a 3 requires skill.
Savage catches that one right in front of us and was almost a no man's land. He dribbles right the lane and misses the shot. Combs comes up with the rebound. They head to Waits, who goes right through the defense. No defense there at all as he lays it in.
Yeah, no resistance. The Red Sea parted right there.
15 for Waits.
I like what he does, though. He plays really well. In transition, keeps his head up. That's a nice look, but the wrong pass.
Waits ahead, delivers it, and the lay-in by Cole Kreger.
Yep, the route is on, Josh.
Greyhounds trying to pay back the Gales for their home court loss, and now Savage can't lay it in. And a foul underneath. Not sure they're going to call a held ball, and it will stay with Lancaster. Caleb Shaw will check in for the Greyhounds. Seen him a little bit tonight. Also coming back in is Jake Carroll. Waits had 13 at the break for Grove City and already up to 15. And the leading score at the half was Sam Fink for Lancaster with 8, and that's where he's at the moment.
Well, to be honest with you, Waits got off to a great start. And that's not good when you're playing a team like that, when you let the best player get off to a good start. But I like it that he is just not a three-point shooter. Just what we talked about. We've seen him shoot the teardrops. He's got a little mid-range, I'm sure, because, you know, in height and stature, he's not extremely big, so he's going to have all three phases of his game.
He's officially listed at 6 foot. Actually, no, I beg your pardon. On this roster, I have 5'10".
Yeah, that's probably right.
Well, wait, I'm sorry. I'm reading that again. They list him on one roster at 6'1". The one I was given also was 6 foot. If he's 6 foot, I'm 6'5".
Yeah, I'm a Keem Olajuwon too, you know. So.
And now a blocking foul is going to be called on Snyder underneath as Alex Coffey drove hard to the basket.
Well, you know, they got out early. What was it, 16 to 2?
16 to 9 or 19 to 6 in the first quarter.
Yeah, but 16 to 2 at one point. You know, you let a team on the road get confident like that. And, you know, give Grove City credit. They came in with a mindset. The pressure defense just made Lancaster terribly uncomfortable. Coach Riggs tried to stop it with timeouts early, and it just never really had a handle on it.
And Kreger comes up with the rebound. He is fouled and will go to the line. It's just hustle plays right now.
Yeah.
That's what the Greyhounds have won tonight, as you see Coach Eric Saxton, who has really coached up his team since that last meeting.
They play in a tough division.
Yeah.
Gahanna's very good. Both Pickeringtons have nice teams. Reynoldsburg has a good team. So, you know, you got to be ready to play every night. It's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah, next year, realignment in the OCC. Grove City will go in a division with Gahanna, New Albany, Pick North, Westerville Central, and Westland. As Kreger makes a second free throw. Lancaster, meanwhile, will be in a division with Central Crossing, Groveport, Newark, Pickerington Central, and Reynoldsburg.
Be a little different.
It'll vary by sport how difficult the division will be.
Yeah, it does. There are teams that had a history of strength in one sport and not another.
And I will argue the OCC Ohio, as it's currently constructed, it doesn't matter what sport it is. It's really tough.
Yes.
Because all schools are pretty good. There's a three, is knocked down by Zach Combs, his first points of the night.
See the enthusiasm even on the players. Are just high energy tonight.
We can hear it from the freshmen and JV players off to our left, cheering from the stands.
Yeah, you hit a player that hasn't played a whole lot on the trail in secondary break, and he drills a three.
Savage lost it, but it went off of Combs before it went out of bounds, and it will stay with Lancaster. As we near the final 2 minutes of this third quarter, it's been all Grove City tonight. See a nice close-up look of Cameron Raudabaugh. Now Roush dishes it off. Snyder nearly lost the handle. Snezik for three, it's no good. Snyder gets the board, puts it up and in.
Outstanding effort. He went clear across the lane. We call that going from A to B to get the board.
There's a three from the wing. It's too strong. Snyder catches inside to Roush, off the glass and in.
Nice pass, and he kept the ball high, Josh.
First points for Tanner Roush. And now a timeout taken by Grove City head coach Eric Saxton. Comes with 1:10 to go here in the third quarter. Get a look at the Grove City huddle. Really not a lot of height for the Greyhounds. Their tallest player listed at 6'2".
And in Division I in Central Ohio, just talking about the division we talked about with, Gahanna, Roansburg, both Pickeringtons. Those 4 teams all have bigger personnel than both these teams.
Right.
And then you look at some of the other divisions, some of them are just are full of big players. So you have to do some other things well to really compete.
Not to mention you're going to get quite a few players who are going to play at the next level, and a lot of talent throughout the OCC, but even in the OCC Ohio for sure. Grove City will have possession. Waits a 3 off the mark. Maybe a little bit of a rush 3 there.
Yeah, that's a little bit that I'm the best player and I played well. I'm going to take that one. Still want to do the things you've been doing well. Regardless of winning, there's that slip screen again.
Turnaround jumper by Fink. It's no good. The follow is no good as well. That was Snyder trying to stick it back.
Yeah, really good effort again by Snyder.
Well, the Greyhounds will slow it down and perhaps hold for last shot.
Nah, I think it's too long. Once it gets to 20, then you should. But right now, they're going to take the first available shot.
And there it is for Shaw. It's no good. Rebound tracked down by Sam Fink, who's had a good night. Down to 12 seconds. Out of Bush dribbling. Dishes it off to Snezik.
Gotta go get it.
Down to 2, a launch off the mark. And that's going to take us to the end of 3. With the score, Grove City 49 and Lancaster 24.
And they kind of blitzed them that quarter too.
Yes, they did.
28, they got 21 points again. So they've got 49, and in 2 of the quarters they've scored 40.
Yeah, that's pretty good night.
Yeah, it is.
I'd like to acknowledge our IVP Sports crew tonight. Tonight's game directed and produced by the tag team duo of Bob Campetti and Shane Messina. Also top camera duos, those two have traded off. Donnie Ziegfeld, as always, doing a great job with our graphics. And Tom Russo, his usual outstanding self down there in the baseline camera. Didn't get yelled at by the officials tonight, so that's good.
Hey, it only takes 1 warning for the year for Tom, and he's back on task.
There's Bob up there on top camera. Shooting right down at Tom, a little back and forth there.
Is that Jack of all, master of none, or master of all and Jack of none? I'm not sure which.
You said that, not me.
Okay.
Glad to have our crew here. I'm filling in for Jared tonight, who's unable to be here.
Yeah, Jared's, I think, up at the baseball clinic, being a baseball coach. He's trying to get some technology to figure out how he can steal signs this year in the MSL.
Well, I know a trash can works.
Pound the bat on the trash
Exactly.
can or hit the roof of the dugout. Give me a break.
1 equals fastball, 2 equals off speed, apparently.
Yeah.
Greyhounds will start the third quarter with the possession and going right to the rack and drawing the fouls, Alex Coffey. The Greyhounds, you can definitely tell, had the mentality coming into tonight's game that they were going to be the aggressor and take it to Lancaster, and they have done that all night. Coffey misses the first. Coffey shooting 80% at the line. He missed both. You don't see that too much.
See him back up. Can't back off the line. You won't get your soft touch. Trying to keep him on that sideline again. Play half the court, say.
Nearly a 5 seconds. There it is. I was going to say nearly a 5-second call, but there it is.
Just playing on half of the floor, just overplay. And again, you dribble to the sideline and pick up your dribble. That's going to happen versus teams that play pressure.
Lancaster trying to reach their, or surpass their lowest point total with 30 on the year against Pickerington Central. Right now they need 6 more to at least get that. Waits step back, misses the jumper. Roush comes away with it. Bouncing inside for Fink. Across the lane, can't get it to fall. Kreger coming away with it. And loses it, and they're going to say out of bounds off of Lancaster.
Like I said, Coach Rake's got to be a little disappointed. You know, coming in off 2 wins, played pretty well here the last couple of games, and tonight just kind of got it taken to him early and just haven't been able to recover.
A lot of energy in the house because of the Hall of Fame inductions, a little bigger crowd as well, and Lancaster unable to seize on that momentum. There's a jumper by Waits.
Well, what was good, he was going left, took 2 hard dribbles. That last dribble has to pick you up off the floor. You got to pound that dribble, and he did that.
Savage will tee up a 3, rims out, tapped around, taken away by Goss. Or rather, that's Coffey. Dishing over in the corner, and Kreger knocks down the 3. He's got 9 for the Greyhounds.
Now, he's shot about half as many as Waits on the 3s, but he has a good percentage also. And again, you start shooting over 40%, Josh, that's just really good.
Ripped away by Coffey ahead to Waits, and he will lay it in, but they're going to wave it off. An offensive foul behind the ball.
Good call.
It's like blocking behind the ball in football, isn't it not?
Yep, that's a good call.
That'll go against Luke Smith, his 3rd.
And he didn't really have to do that.
Forgot to mention our officials tonight. Brad Wilkins, Don Curtis, and Herschel Craig are the men in stripes. That shot is no good. Grove City will get it and reload. Waits can't come up with a 3, but another rebound for the Greyhounds.
Long shots mean long rebounds.
Waits step back 3 off the back iron. Snyder open for 3. Can't get it to fall, and Kreger comes up with the board. Grove City kind of slowing the pace down a little bit with the 30-point margin, and inside. And the stick back is good for Coffey.
Good effort right there on the backside boards. Slipped the screen, missed the layup, but good hustle to the backside boards. Poor job blocking out on Lancaster's side.
Grove City has hit their season average of 56 points. Their season high, 88, probably not going to reach that. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Raudebusch.
You just got to get lower with the ball, go slower and under control.
Sam Fink will come back in for Lancaster, along with Blake Snezik.
Well, the thing is, you know, we've talked about it. It's a 22-game season, so there's a lot more basketball to be played. You know, it's middle of January right now, and you got to kind of, if you're Lancaster, flush this, and Grove City, you got to try to gain some momentum now.
Yeah, they were 1-4 on the road coming into tonight's game. They had lost 2 straight. This was their 3rd straight road game, I should say. 2 straight on the road, and 3 overall they lost in a row. Waits driving to the basket and lays it in.
Good hard. Did you hear that pound of the dribble? Mm-hmm. You have to pound it hard, and you got to push it from your waist to the floor hard and keep it close to your body. A lot of technique involved in that. Very good job.
Saw a couple of Grove City players before the game working on dribbling really hard.
Yeah.
A little bit of a drill before that, so it paid off there for Waits. Spin move off the glass and no good for Sam Fink, who will go to the line. Fink tonight with 8 points. Knocks down the free throw. Fink on the year, just a 58% free throw shooter. In and out there on the second one.
Can improve that with one thing, Josh.
Practice?
Practice. You know, as long as your mechanics and technique are right, and that's all Sam has to do. He's got the ability to do it. He's tough mentally. Just got to spend some time doing it.
And a foul's going to be called underneath on Owen Snyder. That's going to be number 4 on him.
Yeah, now they're in the bonus too, I believe.
Well, while we have a moment, let's start thinking about our players of the game. And for Lancaster, our player of the game brought to you by Fairfield National Bank. I think it's a pretty obvious one. We talked about it earlier, and he's had a pretty good night.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sam Fink is definitely the player of the game for Lancaster tonight.
Hoofstetter knocks down the free throw.
6'1" sophomore. He's only going to get better if he puts some time to the game. Did a good job in the post, been on the boards, played defense, really competing hard.
So congratulations, Sam Fink, our Fairfield National Bank player of the game for Lancaster. And there's a reach-in foul called underneath. Fairfield National Bank knows when life gets real, you need a banker who cares about your story. Take Lauren, for example. After her father passed, Lauren knew that her mother should move in with her, but she also knew that mom needed help getting her finances in order. That's why they sat down with one of our bankers. Together, they got the attention and accounts they need to navigate the transition, and Lauren found the free time to finally learn to make her mom's favorite pie. We call that banking built for living. Come by or visit FairfieldNationalBank.com to find an account built for your life. Fairfield National Bank is a division of the Park National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Waits, another teardrop, no good. Gets his own rebound. Now it's on the floor. And coming away with it is Sam Fink. Fink finds Davenport. Dishes off to Snezik, and that one's in.
Nice little interior passing right there.
And now coasting in, laying it in is Brock Waits, and he's over 20 points now. A timeout taken by Grove City, probably for some substitutions, and a good time, Tim, to name our Lines Auto Service Grove City player of the game, and that's probably a no-brainer as well.
Well, it's brought to you by Lines Auto Service. They're your local source for full-service preventive maintenance and automotive repair. Family-owned and operated, they perform high-quality, guaranteed service you can trust at a fair price. That is Lines Auto Service, and I don't think there's any doubt what we've seen from Brock Waits tonight. 5'10" junior, he's really had a big night. Shown the ability to shoot the three early in the game. Here in the second part, Josh, I thought he did a nice job. Made his teardrops, his little mid-range shots, and there he showed going left full speed to the basket and how to finish. So congrats to Brock. Brock's got a lot of room. There's a lot of things he can do as he probably knows to get better. But here's the good news for Grove City fans. He's back next year.
Yeah, just a junior. Davenport pull up from the elbows, good.
That looked really good right there. There's a mid-range right there. 2 hard dribbles to your left, jump up and shoot it. Haven't seen it all night.
Rims out in the corner there for Carroll. Davenport, by the way, his first basket of the night. He was the leading scorer for Lancaster, averaging 9.7 as Jake Carroll knocks down the open three. But with Davenport, the leading scorer for Lancaster, scoring with just a little over 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, not a good sign for Lancaster.
Nah, they had him so out of sync with the ball pressure that the ball never got. And right there, you're driving right back to where the ball came from. You have to learn to drive into the gaps.
Roush knocks down the jumper. Roush with 4 points in the night, the second leading scorer on average for Lancaster coming into tonight's game. Been a tough night offensively for Lancaster. You see some reserve players in the ball game now for Grove City. And that shot is up and rejected by Roush, coming away with it is Davenport to the basket and can't get it to fall in. And there for the stick back is Tanner Roush. Now coasting in is Carroll and can't get the layup to fall. It's tapped out of bounds and it'll go over to Lancaster.
Yeah, I think we're getting the student body favorite here.
Yes, that would be Jeremiah Bain, a 5'10 junior, checking in the ball. Checking in the ball game, known as JB apparently by his fellow
that's good stuff.
students.
Kids having fun.
There's always that one guy on the bench that the crowd goes nuts when he gets into the game.
Well, you know what? He's already played a full JV game. I've been in that situation. You just try to get him in if you can.
That one off the mark by Grimm. We're inside of a half minute to play in this one. Driving to the baskets, Roush, he lays it in and will go to the line.
Good explosion right there. Swung it, got it low, got to the baseline and finished. Bottle that up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice move.
Lancaster, meanwhile, after tonight's game, will play Tuesday night right here against arch rival Newark. Before next Friday going to Pickerington Central. How about that for a week? Newark and at Pick Central.
Well, they're going to have to play a lot better, especially handling the ball.
That one thrown off the glass and in for Jake Carroll. Meanwhile, Grove City will go home Wednesday. They'll have district rival Central Crossing, and then they'll be home against Reynoldsburg next Friday. Davenport for three, it's no good. Taken away by Hoofstetter, and that's going to be it. As Grove City dominated from the start, getting a big 66-38 win tonight at Lancaster in their first OCC Ohio win.
Surprised me a little bit the score. I thought it would be a real battle because, like I said, when you come the second time around these league battles, there's just so much familiarity and knowledge of each other and preparation. But you got to give Grove City a lot of credit. They came in, set the tone early, got after Lancaster, and just took them out of anything that they wanted to try to do. And congrats to them. I know Coach Riggs will regroup and get ready for the Wildcats on Tuesday.
Yeah, it doesn't get easier. I mean, anytime you play in this league, you know it's going to be a tough night. And Lancaster falls to 6-9, 1-5 in the OCC Ohio. Grove City improves to 7-6 and 1-5 in the OCC Ohio. And we were talking about before the game, Grove City, before they hit the 3-game skid, they were 6-3, playing some good ball.
Yeah.
And that's life in the OCC Ohio. You play a rough stretch with some tough competition, you can easily lose 3 in a row.
No easy games, and that's fine. That's how the kids are used to it. They like it that way. And but you have to really focus on a season of getting better. And then when your season wraps up, you have to have some players, even if they're involved multi-sport athletes, they have really got to focus on skill development. Because you can be good at this sport, Josh, and you don't have to be very big. We saw Brock Waits. He's pretty good.
Yeah, not a big guy either.
No, in height, you don't have to be if you're good. And you give me 3 guys like that, we'll find a couple other guys to play. We'll be darn good.
We should have a good one coming up on Wednesday night, January 22nd. A good one from the Mid-State League, an inter-conference battle in the Mid-State League on the girls' side as Berne Union goes to Amanda Clear Creek, 2 programs that have been pretty good the last several years and should be a good battle. Jared and Tim will have that call for you, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that one.
I am, because Berne's ranked in D4, and Amanda, Coach James, always does a good job there. So it'll be an entertaining, I'm sure a festive situation again also out at Amanda.
Indeed it will be. So that'll wrap things up here from Lancaster High School. Once again, the final score, 66-38. Grove City knocks off Lancaster. Congratulations to the new Wall of Fame inductees as well. For Tim Shumaker and our entire IVP Sports crew, I'm Josh Messerly. Thanks for watching the Buffalo Wild Wings Game of the Week. So long, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Basketball Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Lake Marina, Fairfield Medical Center, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Buckeye Toyota, Fairfield National Bank, The Carriage Company, Fairfield County Adam H., Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, North Body Shop, Ohio University Lancaster, Fairfield DD, Dagger Law, Lines Auto Service, Sheridan Funeral Home, The Huddle Tire Company, and Standing Stone Bank.
Fairfield Medical Center took care of me like I was family.
I was made to feel like I was the only person that they were going to see that day, even though I knew that wasn't the case.
Everyone at Fairfield Medical Center was very attentive. They just put my mind at ease.
I was there for 12 days, and I felt comfortable there.
We were people to them, not a number. They took the time to get to know us, our personalities.
Well, they saved my life. You know, how do you beat that?
I don't know how I could have gotten through it without them.
Experience Fairfield Medical Center.
Like to be part of Green Machine, keep me busy, and it's also important that we do it together as a group, and we plow and plant, and we have lots of produce. We have tomatoes like one here, and gourds, cucumbers, squash, kohlrabi, beets, microgreens. We also have flower arrangement, and we also sell bags, those tote bags out of animal food bags, and we sell them out in the market, farmers market.
It's a special place that keeps people healthy by eating a couple fruits and vegetables. I always show people, first time they pick raspberries and green beans, I show them how to do it like they do it wrong. Picking raspberries and green beans is simple, it's easy for me. When entering some things in the field like pumpkins, the gourds were growing, and everyone likes them. Tasty.
Come experience the Huddle Tire difference. Locally owned and operated since 1910, we're your independent tire and auto repair shop. We carry all major brands of tires, including Goodyear, Cooper, BF Goodrich, and many more. But we're more than just tires. From safety inspections to alignments, brakes, shocks, and struts, even preventive maintenance, we can handle it all. Enjoy the ride at Huddle Tire Company, 300 South Columbus Street, or we can be reached at our website at huddletire.com.
Hi, I'm Rich. Welcome to Lines Auto Service.
Lines Auto Service, a full-service preventative maintenance and automotive repair center. Our employees are dedicated, hard-working members of this community and care about you and your vehicle long after you leave. Lines Auto Service is family-owned and operated and uses the latest in diagnostic equipment to guarantee your vehicle is serviced correctly. We use only quality replacement parts, and our expert team of ASE certified technicians will treat you with courtesy and respect. Stop by and see us at Lines Auto Service, 268 North Broad Street in Bremen, and we'll look forward to calling you our friend.
Hi, my name's Josh Lazier with the Lancaster Fire Department, here to talk to you about Narcan. Narcan is the light in the darkness of the opioid epidemic. It's a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdoses. It can very quickly restore normal respirations to a person whose breathing has slowed or stopped as a result of overdosing with heroin or prescription opioid pain medications. It can be carried by police, EMTs, firefighters, even family members. While Narcan stops the effects of an overdose, it does not stop addiction and is not a cure. If there are opioids in your home, Narcan should be there too. Narcan is considered to be a very safe drug and can save lives. And in Ohio, it's available without a prescription. Your life matters, and we're here to help because you matter.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
When most dealers are lucky enough to have one master technician, Buckeye Toyota has 3 and proudly services all makes and models.
Your hometown dealer, Buckeye Toyota.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.